They thought it was just another missing person case. A girl who didn't come back to her room. A face on a poster. A name on a report. But then, the water in the hotel started to turn black. Showers ran with a strange smell. Taps sputtered with thick, dark water. Guests said it tasted wrong. Metallic, rotten. For 19 days, no one knew where she was. But the whole time, everyone in that building was drinking from the same place her body was hiding. This is not a legend, not a creepypasta. This really happened. Her name was Elisa Lamb. Welcome to ShadowPulse. She was 21, a Canadian student from Vancouver. Smart, curious, restless in the way only people who want more from life can be. She loved books, travel, writing her thoughts online. She dreamed of seeing the world one city at a time. In January 2013, she decided to travel alone down the west coast of the United States. She took photos, posted updates, told her family she'd call every day. Los Angeles was just another stop on a long, hopeful trip. She checked into a cheap hotel downtown, a building with a history so dark, locals had another name for it. A place where suicides, overdoses, and violent crimes were whispered about for decades. The Cecil Hotel. At first, it was normal. She called home, visited bookstores, explored the city. Then, on January 31st, the calls stopped. Her family couldn't reach her. Her social media went silent. No messages, no check-ins, no response. They contacted the police. The search began. Posters with her face went up around the city. Have you seen this girl? For days, nothing. And then, the police released something they almost never show the public. Elevator footage. The video begins in a narrow hotel elevator. The doors slide open. Elisa steps inside. She looks small, wearing a red hoodie, black shorts, sandals. She bends down, presses several buttons in a row. Floors, door open, door close. Then she moves into the back corner. The elevator doesn't move. The doors stay open. Seconds pass. Nothing happens. She peeks out into the hallway, suddenly tense, like she's hiding from someone or something. She jumps out, presses her back to the wall, then slips back in. Her hands move strangely, as if they're feeling the air. Her fingers curl and twist, long, exaggerated motions, like she's trying to grasp something no one else can see. The elevator door still doesn't close. She steps out again, walks away. Her legs move oddly, as if she's walking through water. Then she comes back into frame and stands just outside the elevator, moving her arms in unnatural patterns, talking to someone who isn't there, or maybe just out of view. And then she walks away for the last time. The doors finally close. The elevator starts moving again. That was January 31st, 2013. It was the last time anyone ever saw her alive. In the video, watching online, word of her disappearance spread like wildfire. Millions of people watched it, analyzed every frame. Why didn't the elevator close? Who was she talking to? Why did her hands move like that? Some said the footage was edited, that parts were missing, that the timestamp jumped. Others saw something else. The look of pure confusion and fear on her face as she peered into that empty hallway. While the internet argued, her family waited. Police searched every floor, every room they could. Dogs were brought in, rooftops, stairwells, fire escapes. Nothing. Elisa Lam had vanished inside a building full of people. Meanwhile, the guests at the hotel started to complain. The water pressure was low. The color was strange. Sometimes it came out dark, brown, almost black. Some guests said it tasted different. They brushed their teeth with it, showered in it, drank it. All they knew was that something felt wrong. On February 19th, 19 days after Elisa disappeared, a maintenance worker was sent to the roof to check the water tanks. 4 giant cylinders, standing like silent towers over the hotel, each one supplying water to hundreds of guests below. He climbed the narrow staircase, crossed the rooftop, reached one of the tanks. The hatch was open. He looked inside, and there she was. Elisa's body floated face up, naked in the dark water. Her clothes were drifting beside her. For 19 days, her body had been dissolving quietly in the only water supply for the entire hotel. The tank had no easy access. The roof door was supposed to be locked and alarmed. The tanks themselves were tall, with heavy metal lids. To get in, someone would have to climb to the roof, reach the tank, open the lid, climb up and over, then down into the water. How did she get there? No camera footage, no witnesses, no alarms. Just a girl who disappeared from an elevator and reappeared in a sealed water tank on the roof. The coroner's report came back weeks later. Cause of death: accidental drowning. There were no signs of assault, no clear physical trauma, no drugs in her system beyond medication she had been prescribed for a mental health condition. On paper, it looked like a tragic accident, but nothing about this case felt like an accident. The elevator video, the strange hand movements, the doors that would not close, the locked roof, the sealed tanks, and one more detail many people overlook. To get out of that tank alone, she would have had to pull herself up out of deep icy water and climbed the smooth interior of the cylinder. There were no ladders inside. Once you were in, you weren't getting out. Theories spread like wildfire. Some said she had a psychotic break and wandered to the roof alone. Others believed someone lured her there, then staged a scene to look like an accident. Some pointed to the history of the Cecil Hotel, its suicides, its killers, its tragedies stacked on top of each other like floors in a building that didn't want you to leave.
They said the hotel was cursed, that something in that place fed on the lost, the desperate, the ones passing through without anyone to watch their backs.
But curses don't show up on police reports, and monsters don't sign autopsies.
So the file was closed. Accidental drowning. Case complete. But the questions remained. Imagine her last moments in that elevator, pressing every button like she was begging the building to move, peering into the hallway as if something was there or wasn't, and that was even worse. Talking to someone who didn't answer, gesturing at something only she could see. Then the roof, the night air, the heavy lid of the tank, the dark water below. Did she climb in because she thought she was escaping something? Or did she realize too late that the real trap was the silence that followed? For 19 days, she was everywhere and nowhere inside that hotel. She was in the pipes, in the showers, in the drinking glasses of strangers who never knew her name. They turned the taps, filled cups, took photos of the strange color, joked about the water. Meanwhile, her family waited by the phone for a call that would never come. The real horror of this story isn't a ghost. It isn't a demon. It's the idea that a person can disappear in plain sight and the world keeps moving like nothing happened. Elisa Lam was real. Her life mattered before it became a mystery. She laughed, she wrote, she dreamed of growing older than 21. Her story is not entertainment. It's a reminder of how fragile a single life can be, and how easily a place can swallow a person whole. If you ever find yourself in an old hotel, late at night, stepping into an empty elevator, look at the buttons, look at the door, and ask yourself if the doors stayed open just a little too long. Would you step out, or would you wait and pray that this time the elevator actually takes you where it should? If you want more true horror stories like this, stories that really happened, subscribe to ShadowPulse. Because out there, the scariest stories are the ones that never needed monsters at all. They found his passport, his wallet, his phone, but not him. This isn't fiction. It's real. A man
disappeared while the cameras were still rolling. His name was Lars Mittank, 28 years old, a German tourist on vacation in Bulgaria. The trip was supposed to be fun, but that's not how it ended. One night, a fight in a bar. A single punch hit the side of his head. His eardrum ruptured. The doctor told him not to fly. His friends left. He stayed behind, alone in a cheap hotel near the airport.
Hello?
That night, he called his mother.
What's happening?
He said someone was following him.
Hello?
He whispered they wanted
happening?
to kill him.
Hello?
Then the call
What's happening?
ended. Morning came. He went to the airport clinic. Minutes later, he stood up and ran. No shoes, no passport, just fear. He sprinted through the terminal, jumped the fence, and vanished into the woods. Police searched for days. Dogs, drones, nothing. Some say it was psychosis. Others say he was chased, but no one knows for sure. His belongings stayed in the airport, but Lars was gone. 10 years later, no trace. He could still be out there. This is ShadowPulse, where true stories never die. They just wait to be told. Don't forget to subscribe before the next story finds you.
They say mountains remember every scream that echoes through their peaks. But this mountain never gave any answers.
February 1959. 9 experienced hikers vanished in the icy wilderness of the Ural Mountains, Russia. When rescuers found their camp, it was torn open from the inside. The hikers fled barefoot in freezing temperatures. Some were found miles away, half-dressed, eyes missing, tongues gone. Others had internal injuries so severe they looked crushed from the inside. No sign of another person, no footprints, no fight. Only radiation traces on their clothes. The official report called it an unknown compelling force. No one ever explained what that meant. Whisperness whispered in nearby villages, swore they saw orange lights in the sky that night. Others claimed to hear screams carried by the wind. And decades later, when the case was reopened, every file that could reveal the truth was mysteriously gone. Some say the hikers disturbed something ancient in those mountains. Others believe it wasn't human at all. But the snow still hides what happened there. And every February, climbers say they hear whispers near the site, calling them by name. If you want me to reveal the declassified Russian reports and the photos investigators found in the hikers' cameras, subscribe now and comment "Mountain" so I know you're ready for part 2. And if you ever go hiking in the Urals, don't answer when the mountain calls.
Everyone in town says the old house on Hill Street is empty. But that house, it doesn't wait to be entered. It waits to let you in.
I moved to the neighborhood a week ago. People warned me not to go near it. Said it's been abandoned for 40 years. Said the owners never left. They just stopped being seen. Last night, I heard a door creak. My window shook like someone walking outside. And there it was, the house, lights on, front door open. I shouldn't have gone, but I did. The floor creaked under my feet, dust everywhere, old portraits staring, eyes too human, and the smell, like wet earth and something dead beneath it. Then I heard breathing, slow, heavy, not mine. I whispered, "Hello?" And something whispered back, "Welcome home." I turned to run, and the door slammed shut, hard. The vibe shifted. The house wasn't empty. It was expecting me. Shadows moved in the hallway, not walking, gliding. I couldn't hear my footsteps anymore, like the house swallowed the sound. Then, a voice behind me. So many left. None returned. I bolted up the stairs. Bad choice. Stairs lead deeper into haunted places, not out. The floor upstairs was warm, alive, pulsing. And I saw a room with the door slightly open, a faint glow inside, and a voice humming, like someone enjoying my fear. "You entered my home. Now I enter yours." I saw handprints on the wall, fresh, nailed scratches below them, and a human shape standing in the corner, facing the wall, trembling. "Help me." I reached out, and she turned. Her face was mine. Eyes hollow, skin stretched like she hadn't slept in decades, and she whispered, "You're late." I screamed and fell backward, crawled, ran downstairs. The front door was now gone, just a wall. And then the house spoke, not a whisper, a voice, bone deep. "You belong here now." The next thing I remember, I woke up in my bed, morning light, safe. I thought it was a nightmare, until I heard it, creaking, wood slow, my floorboards moving, breathing, and outside my window, the house is closer. Every night it moves, inches, crawling towards me, waiting to finish what it started. If my voice suddenly changes one day, if you see a house standing where it wasn't before, don't enter. It doesn't need you to. It comes for you. Subscribe if you don't want it knocking on your door tonight. And comment below, would you face it or would you run?
They said it's just a legend, a stupid internet challenge. But what if it's not? It's called the elevator game, a ritual to reach another world. All you need is a building with at least 10 floors and the courage to never look at who walks in. Last night I tried it. For the video, for views, for proof. The rules were simple. Go alone. Press the sequence. 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, 5. If someone enters, don't talk. Don't look. Just wait. At the 5th floor, she walked in. A woman, hair covering her face, bare feet, no sound. I stared at the floor. Her reflection was in the metal door, but not standing where she should be. Then she whispered, "Do you know where you're going?" I pressed the 10th floor, but the elevator went down, way down, past 1, past B2, past B5. When the doors opened, the hallway was black, the air heavy, the lights red, and my phone showed no signal. I stepped out, the doors closed and never opened again. If you ever try the elevator game and you see her, don't answer, don't look, just pray you don't reach floor. If you want more true horror rituals like this, subscribe to ShadowPulse. Comment, "I'll never ride an elevator again," and prove you made it to the end. ShadowPulse, where nightmares become real.